Okay, so back over at the koi pond, and I have to say I'm delighted. These guys are doing fantastic. The treatment's working really well. Sturgeons after reacting really well to it, no issues whatsoever. Eating and breeding and going crazy and having a great time. So I think pretty much all the fungus is just about gone. And but I'd still have to do a couple more doses of the treatment. But I've actually had a bit of an issue over in my own fancy goldfish pond. I keep two comets, two regular bodied goldfish in there, and one is male, one is female. Now I would never normally keep a male in with females, and I was going to put him in here until there was an issue, and I just held him back. But you know, that pond's getting a full treatment as well. I'm doing it as a prophylactic treatment, and he was absolutely beating up one of my female panda around this today, long after all of her eggs were released. So I decided it's time to actually put him in here. This is under treatment anyway. He's an absolute beast of a fish, so I'm going to pop him in, get him acclimated, and then I'm going to give another dose of treatment to these. They've all had the same amount of treatment over the same period in all of the ponds, all my bodies of water. All my fish get them. They'll get it as a prophylactic treatment anyway. So I'm going to pop him in, get him acclimated. We'll get our next dose of treatment in here. We'll just double check everybody. We've got the lid off, and make sure everybody's doing well. But so far, everything looks really, really good. Now, this guy here is just acclimating. He's a good-sized comet. He's an absolute beast of a fish. He used to have a red tail, but he lost that. Went pure white, and I think now he's starting to go gold around his wen, which is absolutely fine by me. And the base of his fins there as well, you might be able to see, starting to get that kind of yellowy gold colour. So he's probably going to go that direction. He's a super sturdy fish, absolutely brilliant. He is the father actually to some of my hybrid Aranda. So I have a couple of single-tailed Aranda hybrids which are absolutely just monsters, and he's the father. I got this fish back in early September, just when I was setting up the pond. Phenomenal growth rate, so he's grown really, really well. He's going to do fantastic in here, more space to roam around. And yeah, so he's just acclimating here now. Get him to the same temperature, pretty much the same temperature anyway, because they were both in outdoor unheated ponds. This and these guys over here, and yeah, gonna be delighted to see him in here swimming about, having a great time. And it means then he won't be beating up the female fancies that I have, which is always really important to note, because guys, if you're going to keep guys like these, or guys like these big beastly fishes that are shaped like torpedoes in with your fancy fish, you have to remember, if it's a male and it's shaped like this, they're powerful. They can swim so powerfully, and when the females are breeding, they release their hormones, that these guys are gonna try and knock the eggs out of them. They will constantly beat on them and beat on them. If it's another big powerful fish, that's grand, but if it's a little plump round fancy goldfish, like the panda is a pretty sturdy fish, she's amazing, but still she can't take it indefinitely. And this guy here in this bag here has just the power. These guys here have the power to absolutely destroy your fancy goldfish, so you need to be really mindful of that. Now, I mentioned in the last video, I believe, that I have two where are they gone? I've got two Ryukins in here. They're hiding away in the shadows over there. There's you're hiding in there. They're males, so there's no fear of them getting beaten up in here. In fact, they'll try beat up some of the big plump or big torpedo shaped female comets, but to no avail really. They won't be able to keep up, which is absolutely fine. But you can see him there. He's a big chap hiding underneath there, and we can see there's loads of froth from all of the oxygenation that's kind of going on. And I can't wait to get a water change done on this. I'm going to add some more water now, but these guys are doing a great job. They're doing a great job. But like that, just be careful, because if you're going to keep these common goldfish in with your fancies, a male common goldfish will absolutely destroy a fancy female goldfish in no time. Over the course of a day, could kill her. So be careful about that. Really important, and that is exactly why he's going in there now, before he does any more damage to any of my fish. The panda's fine. She's doing absolutely brilliant now, but she'll be probably spawned again in a couple of days. She won't have had enough of a break from him to deal with him again. So that is why he is about to go in here. So we've mixed our water. He's well acclimated, and I'm just going to let him gently make his way into the pond. Probably not tail first. That'll be a bad idea. Goodness, it's difficult to do with one hand. and away he goes. Now he's going to have an absolutely fantastic time in here, because there's just so much more space. Straight away over to the rest of them. Probably looking for one of the girls to beat up the devil. He's in flying form today. But he's in there, so I'm going to get set up now and do another treatment of the antifungal and parasite mix. So that's it, there we go. He's in there, not a bother, straight in the middle of all of his new buddies. Who are you going to cause trouble with now, you devil? Making friends. And is going to be absolutely loving this extra space, because the fancy goldfish pond is not as big as this, that's for sure. Already in the middle of things, exploring, bumping into each other, having a great time. And yeah, sure, we'll give these guys a little bit of a feed, I think. Why not? We hold down the two of these at the same time. And nothing happens. What's going on with my feeder? Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. Straight away, water's nice and warm, so these guys are hungry. Not bothered at all by that medication. Look at this chap here. He's going to be an absolute monster for being in this pond, I have to say. He'll probably never be able to go back in with my fancy goldfish. I wouldn't put him back in at this point, because he's doing so well in here, loving the extra space, and he's just a chunky monster. He'd absolutely destroy the female. He's super powerful. My god, every time I see him he looks like he's getting bigger, and seems to be growing at a faster rate than an awful lot of like the regular bodied goldfish even in here. So beautiful body shape, little mouse head, but he's getting quite a hump on his back, doing absolutely fantastic. So yeah guys, gonna wrap it up here. That's a bit of an update there now today on these guys. They're doing super anyway. An extra fish gone in, bit of company. Great to see that platinum guy there, goodness, glowing, glistening in the sunshine. Had a couple of issues that have all cleared up super well. So things are definitely working, and the sturgeon's doing absolutely fantastic as well. So that's it guys, that's pretty much me done here for today. I'm gonna top off some water because we've had a little bit of evaporation, and when you've got plants like this size grown in your wetlands bog filter, they use up quite a bit as well actually. I find that the plants are using up an awful lot more water this summer than they did last summer, just because of the amount of insane vigorous plant growth that I have. Don't see much else changing here in this particular kind of setup until we get working on this. In terms of the fish are all starting to look really, really good. I do want to start propagating plants, but like that, what I'll do is I'll make sure the full round of treatments are done on this pond, and I'll make sure that I do all my treatments on the plants then as well before I go moving them over to my own fancy goldfish pond, and if I'm going to do that. But yeah, I'll start propagating these because I want to start taking some cuttings, get plants going, and putting them in other tubs and stuff and growing them on. I think it's just important while things are good to try and, rather than spending a heap of money next year, I can go and I can move these plants further up the wetlands bog filter and move them around and make more marginal setups over here in the spillway, and just, you know, keep things going rather than spending a load of money that I don't have. So that's it guys, gonna wrap it up. Talk to you next video. Bye.